Hey, fire signs, welcome back to Caro Tarot. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this will be your December month overview. And remember, these are general readings, so if something doesn't resonate, take what does, leave the rest. Okay, so let's do our Celtic cross spread. Now, this is for the collective fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I just shuffled these cards and meditated, and we're just gonna dive right in. Oh my, okay. So, okay. So Aries, Leo, Sag. Presently, you you are kind of riding in on a high. So you may have just come from a situation where you weren't really satisfied with the way things were going, and any opportunity that was shared with you, you were, arms crossed. You're getting like the four of cups here to me, and this is like a meh energy, like, I don't want that. This isn't what I'm looking for. I'm not going to settle, right? You had your sights set higher. In your present, you've got the Six of Wands, so this is really a card of, celebration. You wanted something more, and so you're going after it. You're in the process of being recognized for your contributions, your hard work, the things that you've done to get you to this point. Except, however, it does seem like you may have too many options open to you, and it's kind of clouding your judgment. You may be kind of not sure what each option entails for you, and it's kind of frustrating because you really want things to move quickly, but you're afraid of kind of making a mistake, overlooking something, and you're really going to have to do your due diligence. So make sure that you are fully thinking through each option, asking every question that you can possibly think of that will help get you to a more concrete decision, right? Because it does seem like you may be battling some of your own thoughts, or just trying to, your outcome here, what you want. This is the outcome that you're hoping for, is to beat out the competition, stand out. And I feel like you already are, but maybe you don't feel like you're doing it enough. Maybe you had higher hopes. Maybe you had like really big goals, but you only made it to like 75% of your goal. And because this is December and you're like wrapping up, it feels like you may be a little bit disappointed in the accomplishments that you've made, even though other people are clearly like impressed by you. And it could be that you're just really hoping that there could be a message coming in for you. It could feel like you are just rushing to the end of this finish line, and just hoping to either meet quota or meet those goals. Not really paying attention to too many of the accomplishments that you've already made, but you still have your that goal in mind, right? And in the near future, you have the Eight of Cups, and it could be that you're just kind of burnt out from this high intensity performance that you've been working on for so long. I'm feeling like well, if I'm looking at the advice card here for you, you have a couple of wand cards here. To me, it feels like you're very passionate about something, and you want your passions to line up with your emotional world. I'm not seeing romantic love specifically, but I am seeing a passionate project. You want to be you want to work on something that fulfills you emotionally too. And I think maybe you're coming to this point where you're like, well, these things aren't going to line up for me right now. Maybe right now is not a time for you to have to worry about that so much. Like maybe you have more, you have these goals that you're trying to activate and trying to work on those things. And your advice from the universe is to kind of embrace that that fire inside of you right now. I like to think of this card as like the entrepreneur card, and like, vision here. There's a vision, there is a want and a need to like go after the goals here, and there's a fire. Like I feel like there's a fire in your belly that you really are just excited to pursue, even if it means some of your other goals just wouldn't, you might not meet like them fully. But in the external influences here, you do have the Three of Pentacles, and so it does feel like you have support. You are not alone on this journey. There are people who want to work with you, and they're going to come in for you and support you, which is awesome. I love that for you. In your hopes and fears, I mean, it's so plain that you really want to have total fulfillment and be able to provide the kind of a life that you can for the people that you love. I mean, this is a fortune after difficulty type card. This is what you're aspiring. This is what your hope is, right? And it does feel like you have the Fool in the final outcome. So it does feel like you may be going on a new journey, making that decision, like going through saying, okay, I know which cup now. After you've done the due diligence, you've done the work, you know now which cup will, you know what? I just got this, like, I'm feeling like you may have a lot of things that you're divided your attention, and you need to like focus more on one thing than the other. And so it feels like you might have to like turn away from the things that aren't providing for you specifically at this moment. And you will make the right decision. It does feel like you'll make the right decision. Let me see. Is there any clarifier here for you guys? Any clarifiers? I mean, it's going to be different because you're all fire signs, right? You're all very passionate. You're all very, eager to take action. And like that could also maybe hinder you if you don't do your due diligence. You're going to want to slow it down just to make sure you're making the right decision first, okay? All right, let's pull an archetype card for our lovely Aries, and then we'll see how that ties into your overall reading. So, one archetype card for Aries, please. And I feel like it's going to be helpful for each of you in the different signs to like have your own archetype card and your own soul truth card this month. Boop. All right. Okay. All right. We are looking at for Aries, the father. Okay, how is this going to tie into your reading, Aries? All right. I never needed readers until I turned 47. Ay. Okay, the father. The great father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone, the champion and the failure. The father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. Read poems about the father, Sharon Olds' His Stillness, William Blake's Little Boy Lost. Become a student of this masculine energy. Watch the father in movies, in Shakespeare plays. See the father as a pattern, not as personal. When light, supportive, strategic, regal, kind authority. When dark, disappearing, disappointing, devastated by failures. Go deeper. Saturn Devouring His Son by both Peter Paul Rubens and Francisco Goya. Man, that painting, it is disturbing. The Rubens one, I don't know if I'm familiar with the Goya one, but do look those up. Wow. Okay, so Aries. You know, it does feel like if this decision that you're making to leave something behind, it could lead to you feeling like a sense of responsibility for other people. But I mean, it's so clear and so apparent that you're being motivated by doing things for your family, trying to make your family happy, to provide for your family. And that's why you're able to go on this fool's journey. And I don't know if you are familiar with the fool's journey, but the fool at this point in your life, it's about taking a chance on something new, taking a leap of faith, basically. It could even be starting over. I mean, it's the very beginning of the major arcana, right? And you have this entrepreneurial card too, Aries. So to me, this is saying you may be thinking about going into business for yourself. And there could be a lot of confusion around that. But you have accolades. You have a history of succeeding. You have a very impressive resume, right? And so maybe it's time. Maybe it is time for you to go out on this on your own. Okay. I'm going to pull one clarifier for Aries here on the Fool card, the final outcome card. One clarifier for the Fool, please, for Aries specifically. Okay, that's way too many cards for Aries. Just one. Okay, here we go. Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay, Aries. Queen of Wands. She's the queen of learning as you go. So if there is something holding you back because you're like, I don't know how to do that, I don't have the confidence in that, she is the queen of learning as you go along. And she's also a very unique queen. She has, like, look at her little cat down there. Can you see that? She is, unique. She stands out among other people. She may have unique friends as well, I think. And also because you have this in your advice section, and you have this clarifying, like, this is a power couple. This is a wonderful, fiery match. These two can pull it off. So if you're thinking about going into business with your romantic partner or just having a partner, it seems like that is a good indicator of success. Good luck for December, Aries. I am really excited for you to start on this new journey. All right, well, let's pull a Soul Truth card for Aries. And then we'll jump into Leo. One Soul Truth card for Aries, please. No, just one card, please, for Aries. Oh, there's two. Okay, Aries, I'm going to read these both because they were stuck together and it feels like you need to hear them, okay? Your first question is, am I letting fear stop me? Some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. Journal where you can be more consistent in your life in alignment with your soulful goals, and then show up. All right, Aries, that's your first question there. Am I letting fear stop me? Your second Soul Truth card said, am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart. Take a breath and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. All right, Aries, those were your Soul Truth cards for the month of December. I hope it helps you. It seems like you are starting on a really exciting journey. Okay, let's jump in to Leo. I want to pull one archetype card for Leo, please. Leo, you have the Eternal Child. Let's take a look at that one. The Eternal Child. Okay, Leo. The inner child, the child of joy. The Eternal Child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The Eternal Child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return, with plenty of friends, to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the Eternal Child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The Eternal Child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. Oh, that sounds like an Aries to me. Very popular, outgoing, radiant, you know. This archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life isn't satiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. That seems like a shadow. The Eternal Child struggles with addictions of all varieties. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as is the phrase, live hard, die young, and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. Yeah. When light, joyful, playful, accepts all magic. When dark, addicted, selfish, adrift, burns out. Go deeper. Icarus, Peter Pan, Rumi's. Has anyone seen the boy? Interesting. Okay. Leo, how does this tie in with your monthly reading here? The Eternal Child. What's interesting to me is that Aries just got the Father card and you're getting the Eternal Child. Seems like you may be looking at your responsibilities and saying, you know what? It's too much. I need to walk away from the things that are not bringing me joy, right? And it does feel like you are starting out on this new journey. Advice would be to make sure that you are being mindful of those dark aspects of the Eternal Child and really lean into what brings you joy. The dark aspects obviously could be like addiction, but I don't see that here. I mean, you know better than I do what your personal struggles are. I do not see, usually when I'm reading and I feel like addiction is popping up, it's the devil card, but I did not get that. I will also point out that there is not a single major arcana for this month. So that means to me that you will be dealing with issues that are, not long term. So, but just be mindful of your eternal child here, because that's your archetype. That's what the universe is saying is important for you to take away this month. And really lean into, you light up a room. You're Leo. Like, people love Leo. Leo is the center. This is the center of the universe. Whatever room Leo goes into, that's where the attention goes, right? So really lean into that and embrace who you are. Now I'm going to pull a soul truth card for you, Leo. One soul truth card, please, for Leo. Ooh, that's a lot. Just one soul truth card, please. Okay. For Leo, we have, what if it isn't true? The thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you, what if it wasn't true? It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Leo. I would never suspect a Leo of not having, the confidence. I think this card is really telling you to lean into the things that make you happy, Leo. Yeah. And if you're feeling like you can't do it, maybe you've failed before in the past. Ooh, I'm getting a little emotional, Leo. Whoa. If you've failed in the past before, I know that maybe it just wasn't the right time. So if there's something that you are passionate about, which it seems like from this spread, there's something that you really are passionate about. You're just a little confused at the moment. It will pass. Just do your research. Take a deep breath and believe in yourself and write down all the reasons, what would happen if you were wrong about your doubts? How would your life be different? What lie do you need to let go of to reach your soul's truth, Leo? What if those doubts that you have are not true? Leo, I hope this helps. It's going to be an exciting month for you. Just hang in there. Embrace your charismatic personality. People love to be around you. Just remember that you're a freaking Leo. I didn't ever think a Leo would have a confidence issue. So maybe you're just going through it. Some of us do. All right, Leo, sending you all the best for an awesome December. Let's jump into Sagittarius's. We'll pull out an archetype card for Sag here, and this will help Sag get a deeper insight into their December. All right, we're going to pull one card for Sagittarius. One card for Sag, please. Nope. Oh, wow. Sag, you got the Eternal Child. All right, let's jump in to the Eternal Child. And this is a card that Leo also just had as well. So, the Eternal Child, the Inner Child, the Child of Joy. The Eternal Child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The Eternal Child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. That definitely sounds like a Sag to me. The archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life is insatiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. The eternal child struggles with addictions of all varieties. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as is the phrase "live hard, die young," and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. When light, joyful, playful, accepts all magic. When dark, addicted, selfish, adrift, burns out. Go deeper. Icarus, Peter Pan, Roomies. Has anyone seen the boy? Okay. Very interesting here. Sag, it seems like you may be dealing with okay. I'm getting a little bit different here from what I just had for Leo, even though they got the same card. It seems like you may be dealing with a little bit of imposter syndrome here. I mean, you are presently riding in on your high horse, right? And being, seems like you are being noticed for the hard work that you do, but you are crossed by the Seven of Cups. And so, it seems like you may not be able to see clearly in the decision that you are about to make because you have a lot of options ahead of you and you are very passionate about many things. And it may be that you need to focus and walk away from something that isn't serving you at the moment. It does feel like there could be... You should lean into your passions. I mean, it's the eternal child. The Sag is always known for, like, people wanting to be around you, people wanting to help you, and, that is your external influences in this reading. People, teamwork, having people support you, even if you're not sure that you have support, it will come in for you. Having the Fool as your final outcome to me does say that you will be making a decision, kind of going off on a new path. Let's see what your Soul Truth card says. I feel like this will help you kind of have a little bit more confidence here. So let's have one Soul Truth card for Sagittarius, please. Just one Soul Truth card for Sag for the month of December. Way too many cards. One Soul Truth card, please. It's interesting because this is the same card Leo got. You also got the same card Leo got here. You two are in harmony this month. So it is. What if it isn't true? The thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you. What if that wasn't true? Here's your soul action, okay? It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and ask the wise one within you. What if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? So Sag, if you're feeling like you may not be able to pull something off, why are you feeling that way? What are you telling yourself that could be wrong? It seems like you could be looking at past attempts at something and then taking that with you forward, and you might not have to. It could, there's always different factors. You'll never be in the same stream twice. The water's always moving. Time is always ticking. things are never going to be exactly the same as they were before. If you failed at something before, why is that? Was it timing? Was it resources? Was it a state of mind? Were you not believing in yourself? If you failed before, you are not the same person you were before. So think about the things, the lies that you're telling yourself about why you can't do something, okay? It feels like you're going to have a great December. So maybe you don't need this pep talk from me. But just remember, what if the lies that you're telling yourself aren't true? What if you're not believing in yourself for all the wrong reasons? All right? I hope you have a wonderful month, Sagittarius. Okay, my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius friends, that is your overview for the month of December 2025. Feels like you are closing out the month. There seems to be just a lot on your plate. You're prioritizing. You are letting go of things that don't serve you. You're making room for the things that you're really passionate about, which is amazing. So I'm sending you so much love and light for the month and for the year ahead. This is the last monthly reading for 2025. That's exciting. I am so grateful for the subscribers that I've already had. I mean, this is pretty relatively new channel and the support has been amazing. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It really means the world to me. Be sure to comment on the video. It really does make a difference in the algorithm. Click that like button too. Everything really does help my channel get found more and more every day. So really excited about that. Thank you so much for joining me. Fire signs, you are passionate, you burn bright, and people love to be around you. Just remember to follow your heart and follow your passions. And hopefully this December will be, the beginning of a brand new, exciting path for you. Embrace that full energy, okay? Sending you all love and light for the month of December.